His name is Slade Wilson. And unless we stop him, he's gonna kill Oliver and his entire family.
Brothers in arms, and brothers no longer. The promise this week gave us the backbone to the story of how Slade and Oliver's relationship came crashing down. This episode for me was one of Arrow's strongest to date. We got the full story of Slade and Oliver's breakdown, whilst at the same time in the present, Slade was getting a grand tour of the Queen Manor. Welcome to the top 5 moments from the episode, followed by the overall verdict. Finally, we got to see more of Oliver on the island practicing archery, Slade teaching and watching him, then telling him that Shadow would be proud. This is a great moment between the pair, which highlights the bond that they shared whilst together on the island.
Shadow would be proud.
Thank you. Those trees don't move or shoot back.
Then shoot first. And you hold yourself responsible, don't you?
Yes.
The question is, what will he do?
At number 3 is the moment the gates of their friendship come crashing down, when Ivo explains to Slade that it was Oliver who was responsible for Shadow's death. Slade doesn't take the news very well.
Ivo, he's dead. As dead as you are. There was. But she passed away a few years ago.
And eventually we learned that you just have to move on.
I don't believe that.
Kicking off the episode right where we left off, Slade is getting himself right at home in the Queen Manor. As Slade turns his back, he knows exactly what is coming, stopping Oliver right in his tracks.
Not yet, kid. I'm still to meet the rest of your family.
Wait.
As expected in the episode title, at the end of the episode we found out exactly what the promise was that Slade made to Oliver, and the full reasoning behind why he's back in Starling.
Until you have known complete despair. And you will. I promise. You know, when we first tried to get off this island, it was as strangers. But now it's as brothers.
For me, this was not the most action-packed scene of the episode, of course, but the iconic scene of Oliver donning the hood for the first time, as well as Slade putting on the mask at the same time, was a great visual for the viewers. As we know, they stand together right now, but not for much longer. Arrow once again delivers on all fronts. We got the backstory of Oliver and Slade's relationship breakdown, as well as the promise that Slade made to Oliver and the reason he's back in Starling. We know that Oliver on the island is currently being held captive by Slade, and that Slade still has both eyes, so we know we've got to expect more backstory to come in the coming episodes. My overall verdict for the episode is another 10 out of 10. This episode for me was one of Arrow's best. It delivered on all fronts, as well as the action, the story, and the characters. Slade's reaction to Sarah appearing in the Queen Manor was great, as he genuinely seemed shocked that she was there at all, which means it's likely that he thought Sarah was to be dead.
Ollie! There you are.
By now, Slade, aka Deathstroke, has been established as Season 2's big bad for a while now, and I'm putting my faith in the writers that they have more sense than to kill him off at the end of the season. Deathstroke in the comics was nigh on impossible to stop at times, so I hope they have sense and keep him as a rolling villain in the Starling City world. Thank you very much for watching the review. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next week.